Hey everybody, Michelle is here. I'm sure everybody is preparing themselves for the Super Bowl tomorrow. Going out eating sushi and enjoying themselves and feeling on top of the world. And I think that's fantastic. I think it's extremely fantastic. I chose to stay home. And for the most part, I haven't gone anywhere in almost a year, you know, because there is still a pandemic out there, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows that, but yes, the pandemic is still there. Okay, and it's going to probably get worse because nobody's wearing a mask. Okay, that's the key is the mask. You need to be very careful about just taking, you know, people's advice that can care less about you about, flu shots and other type of shots. You understand me? Now, so yeah, I don't want. I'm not trying to. I don't want to interfere. Not trying because I don't like the word, but I'm not interfering with anyone's celebration and entertainment. I hope with the Super Bowl. Oh my God, isn't that important? To be at the Super Bowl right now, even though we're in the midst of a war. When they're about to use nuclear weapons. I mean, shit. What would I rather do? If I now there's a nuclear weapon about to be launched or some type of weapon, right? Let's just have fun with that, because this is for entertainment purposes only. Remember that, okay? Because I've told you, entertainment purposes only. So just imagine, something that's happening and coming at you, and but child, who cares, right? Who gives a fuck about all that? What's happening in the climate? What's happening in the sky? To our environment and infrastructure. Who gives a fuck about that? Girl, I'd rather watch the cheerleaders at this uh, football game, even though I don't have a goddamn TV, cable. I don't have any fucking cable, and I don't have any streaming service. I haven't had any streaming service. I think since it's been a while. I think summer, maybe the August, September of 2022. I think that was the last time I had streaming service. So I basically just have a TV, you know, that I use to bring me in some sound. You know what I'm saying? Bring me some sound into my house. That drop beat and listening to some soothing black soul music, because that inspires me. Like I said, I don't need to be fucking inspired or motivated for nothing. That inspires me. I don't have to go out to a club and listen to that drop beat. I can drop my beat in here. And if I want to, see some females and watch them twerk and stuff, I can use my fantasy for that. I can fantasize about that. I don't have to go out nowhere to see that. I mean, especially with the dangers out there. There's a lot of danger. What I'm doing is just kind of sitting here and I contemplate on what the fuck I need to do. If when because I see the water surging and this and that and the other. So yeah, I got my goddamn priorities in order. I sure enough do. So like I said, yeah, eat your sushi. I'm not trying to interfere with nobody's entertainment and having a great time. Because you might as well. What else are you gonna do? You know. So yeah, yeah. I even said that some time ago. You might as well enjoy the moments, and I say that with I say it with love. Yeah, enjoy the moments if that's what you choose to do. Because this is free will, and we do whatever we want to do, right? Right? Okay. Now, I just want to share something again to these nefarious characters out there, whose experiment has been uh, to erode, erase, the colored bodies, the people of color. Now, the people of okay, the people of color are the carriers of heredity properties. Now, I may not be saying that word right, but they are the carriers of the heredity properties. The colored bodies are. So now, with all of your experiments, your Jim Jones experiments and all. You remember was it the Philadelphia experience? So through all of your experiments, your attempts are failing, and what you're doing is committing suicide on yourself. That's what you're doing. Okay, most of the colored people on this planet came from other stars and galaxies, except it. Okay, so they're the carriers. They brought themselves here on Earth. They're the carriers of the hereditary properties. So your experiments, whether it's Jim Jones, like I said, Philadelphia, I don't know what your experiments you're doing. Yes, people are going to yes, people are going to die. Okay, from COVID. Like COVID is an experiment in a lab somewhere. Okay, COVID did not come from a rat. Okay, and the people that know this, those are the secrets I wish they would reveal. Okay, COVID was a man-made intentions in the lab in China with someone in China who hate Americans. And this particular person who created this COVID hated Americans too. And guess what? He was an American. Okay, he was an American. Okay, this man, just let's see if you can figure out who he is. This man was first of all, you could tell he was there was a lot of sexual frustration in him when you saw him talking and giving news conferences and lying. Okay, this particular one, he was involved with what's called Watergate. Remember? Does anybody remember who was the main character with the Watergate scandal? Okay, that man he hated Americans. He hated America. Okay, and then when he got embarrassed and had to resign his position, the fury was explosive. Okay, COVID did not come from rats. That was a lie. COVID was intentional. This sexually frustrated, crusty, old, angry, and bitter man wanted to unleash a poison on his own people of America and wipe us all out. But because he's an idiot and he doesn't understand what we came, the instructions already provided within us, he was just committing a slow suicide on his race of people. Because, again, we all reincarnate. Well, each time this reincarnation factor happens, there would not be a particular type of race of people, unfortunately, because we interfered so much. And the mixturing, when you mix things up, it does not ever come back to the original. Now, you so-called lovers of America and thinking America belongs to you, well, eventually you will have America and the whole planet, to run around like primates again. It's going to belong to you. It's going to be yours for you to spin on out of control and eventually run into, go into the black hole and never to be seen. I mean, it's dire. We're in a dire situation with the overpopulation. And anybody that keeps interfering, trying to eliminate people, all you're doing is committing slow suicide. People of color are the carriers of the heredity properties needed. So, and that's why you're angry. You think you're being replaced. No, you're not being replaced. That's your ignorance and not understanding who you are. All you want to do is take from people because you are inadequate and you know it. And steal. And divide people and divide. Always having conflict and look how you age. Some of you look at how you're aging. Okay, but no, you just keep wanting to interfere. You see the aging process of people of color, and compare it to the aging process of yourself without all the makeup, without all this surgery, without all the mask. You're committing slow suicide when you keep interfering and attempting to eliminate a particular type of people. All you're doing is bringing us closer and closer and closer to destruction. However, as I said, we do reincarnate. So, and each time we reincarnate, it's going to be what? You figure this out, scientists who are involved in these plots to assist in eliminating people and stealing them and eroding them. One of their asses, one of their lips. Thinking and you think you think that your IQ is gonna save you. Have you looked in the mirror? I would start by looking at the man in the mirror and ask yourself, do you like what you see? I know you don't. I know women find you disgusting. I know that. Clammy and scaly and creepy and primate like. Gross. And that pisses you off. And so you're going to think, okay, well, let us get rid of these people of color, more so black people. And that'll settle everything. So let's poison them somehow. Let's do experiments on them to see how we can poison them, target them. And you're pissed because it doesn't work. And I'm telling you, it will not work. Okay, most of the people of color come from other star systems from way back in the day. They all came here throughout the course of time and settled in. You're committing slow suicide on your people. And you're taking it out. You're frustrated, more so sexually. Because like I said, I know women ignore you. I know that. I know some of you, I'll never forget, when I was as a first responder, and this particular politician came into the city. And look, I told you, what you see on television and what you see on person does not mix at all. It's all an optical illusion. When you're looking at these people on your television screens and falling in love with them and realizing, and because I know, let's get back to this first and I'll talk about this other situation. So again, but there is a complete disconnect when you're looking at someone on the computer versus what they look like in person. I mean, extreme difference of what these people look like. Except people of color. They still have color and hues. Maybe their eyes look a little different. Maybe their hair, because they wear wigs, they wear weave, they wear hats. They do whatever the fuck they want to do, and they ought to. Okay. So I remember this particular politician came into town. I'm not sure why he was there. Of course, it was a political stunt as always. And that's what they do. They come in and talk about how much they love first responders and all this fucking fake smiling. God, how you do it? How do you guys keep these fake smiles going? I don't fucking know. My jaws are hurting right now. That's probably why I have issues with my jaw. But anyway, so I don't know what his fucking reason for coming into town. And of course, he wanted to do a photo opportunity. Of course, right? When I saw that man in person, I mean, I understand why people say people look like aliens and scaly, and I mean, it was disgusting. But anyway, um, he wanted to shake my hand. There's no motherfucking way I was gonna shake his hand. I fist pumped him though. I fist pumped him, and I know he remembered that. And then, he goes up stage, and and he wants a photo opportunity. I sat my ass in the crowd. I sat my ass down in the crowd. I wasn't gonna take no photo with that man. He was making me sick. To look at. He looked like the crypt keeper. He was. I was shocked at his appearance. Like his skin is, a lot of sores, and I don't know what the hell is going on. It possibly was skin cancer, I guess, because he, because of the hue of his skin tone, or lack of, actually. So, I feel good once I take a nap. I feel good and I feel regenerate. Just a lot of energy. So I might come back and do some more videos. Because I know a lot of people will, like all kind of alternative entertainment. So I want to make sure I provide my share as well as everybody else is. Share. Dan. Getting ready. Y'all getting ready to. Woo. Hey, get ready to. Be entertained by some of these fantastic, fabulous entertainers. Riri. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be able to watch it live because, like I said, I don't have no streaming service. I don't even have, I don't have cable either. So I'll get it. I'll catch it. I'll catch it one day. I can entertain myself. Like I said, I got a fantastic volume of entertainment in my imagination and in my daydreaming and whatnot and the things I do. So I'm good, But I am thinking of everybody. I hope you be safe out there. Because, I mean, why not, right? Peace and love.